Welcome to Miss Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the most unfortunate on-screen kisses to date.
It's just barbecue sauce. Come on, I want to make out.
Number 30, Fran and Owen. Dodgeball, a true underdog story.
Meet Fran Stalinaskevich Davidovitsky.
Oh.
In this goofy 2000s comedy, the two side characters Fran and Owen share a public display of affection that no matter how hard we try, we just cannot unsee.
Ball me, Blazer. Show them, Fran.
After his team, the Average Joes, faces off with her team, the Purple Cobras, the two oddball athletes celebrate with an extremely overzealous makeout session. Fran crashes full speed right into Owen, then proceeds to lick every single inch of his face, leaving us feeling 10 different shades of icky.
As what we witnessed here today. The little team that could, Average Joe's Gymnasium, underdogs throughout.
Honestly, this is one kiss that we wished had been dodged. Number 29, Harry and Hermione. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 1.
We were better without you. Happier without you.
Who could look at you compared to Harry Potter?
The second to last installment in the original film series was truly haunting, but perhaps one of the scariest moments was the kiss shared between Harry and Hermione.
Your mother confessed she would have preferred me as a son.
What woman would take you? You are nothing.
Even though it was not real and was all in Ron's head thanks to Voldemort's Horcruxes, it does not make it any less uncomfortable. Seeing these two longtime friends caressing is just plain weird and awkward. Plus, it is absolutely soul-crushing to see poor Ron so shaken up watching his crush and best friend together. Quick, we need a memory charm, ASAP!
Just think. Only 3 to go.
Number 28, Jacob and Marlena, Water for Elephants. Jacob and Marlena's smooch in this 2011 film adaptation might seem like a normal kiss. However, once you hear the behind-the-scenes details about filming that interaction, you'll never look at it the same way. During the shoot, Robert Pattinson was sick with a severe cold, and while he had to kiss Reese Witherspoon, his nose would not stop running. He confessed to MTV that he even had to use her wig as his own personal tissue. No surprise, Witherspoon stated that the experience wasn't appealing, and honestly, who can blame her?
Don't follow me.
Number 27, Nikki and Ginger, Casino.
She was a queen around the casino. She brought in high rollers and helped them spread around a lot of money.
While most of the kissing scenes in Casino are less than romantic, one makeout in particular is the worst. When the former scam artist turned trophy wife Ginger embarks on an affair with her hubby's right-hand man Nikki, things escalate really fast. Their first kiss goes from 0 to 100 in the blink of an eye, with both of them overshooting each other's mouths. What happens next? Well, we can't say. It's been said that what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, but unfortunately, this uncoordinated snog is burned into our memories.
That's Ace's wife.
Why you fool? You poor, sad, worthless, foolish fool.
Number 26, Jamie and Aurelia, Love Actually. Sure, their plotline is sweet and perhaps a little underrated in the Love Actually universe, but the payoff to Jamie and Aurelia's love story is a major letdown.
Good night, Nara.
Good night, Jamie.
In a grand gesture, he learns how to speak Portuguese, flies to her hometown, and leads a parade of family and neighbors through the streets, and proposes to her at the restaurant she works at.
Diz que sim, minha parvalhona.
Thank you. That will be nice. Yes, is being my answer.
So far, he's checking off all the boxes. However, their very first kiss is disappointing. Not only is the kiss messy, but he looks like he's trying to eat her lips. Come on, Jamie, you're in a restaurant. If you're hungry, just ask for a menu. Number 25, Fatso and Dr. Harvey, Casper. This kiss can only be described as mean-spirited. In Casper, Dr. James Harvey is struggling to adapt to his new roommates. They would be Casper's not-so-friendly uncles, the ghostly trio, who torment and harass him relentlessly. After they discover that James is a widower, they pull a heartless prank, pretending to summon the spirit of his deceased wife, Amelia.
Fatso, you know where Amelia floats. Go.
In reality, it is actually Fatso in a wig, dress, and makeup who plants a big sticky wet one on the paranormal dock. Cruel and in poor taste, this calls for a Ghostbuster.
Amelia? My man!
Number 24, Lloyd and Mary, Dumb and Dumber.
You mean to say you drove 2,000 miles just for me?
I didn't really have a lot to do.
BFFs Lloyd Christmas and Harry Dunn embark on a journey so Lloyd can return a suitcase of money to Mary Swanson, a woman he met once and decided was his dream girl. Of course, with a title like Dumb and Dumber, it is heavily implied that everything, even romance, is going to be played for laughs.
Why are you going to the airport? Flying somewhere?
How'd you guess?
Well, I saw your luggage. Then when I noticed the airline ticket, I put 2 and 2 together.
When Lloyd dreams of his first kiss with Mary, it looks more like he is administering bad CPR than kissing her. The exaggerated makeout goes on for far too long and is made even worse by Lloyd's disgusting grunting. Number 23, Johnny and Lisa, The Room.
Danny, do you have something else to do?
I just like to watch you guys.
Before Lisa was tearing Johnny apart, they were tearing each other's clothes off. This indie drama turned cult classic has to have some of the strangest love scenes in the history of film. Director, star, and writer Tommy Wiseau makes some questionable acting choices throughout the flick, especially during intimate moments between Johnny and his girlfriend Lisa. From the lack of chemistry to the cheesy music, everything about it feels so wrong. But don't worry, if you didn't notice how uncomfortable it made you the first time around, Wiseau makes sure to flash back to these scenes during The Room's unforgettable ending. Number 22, Rey and Kylo Ren, Star Wars Episode 9, The Rise of Skywalker.
Stand together, die together.
This kiss created quite a bit of controversy across the galaxy. In the third installment in the Star Wars sequel trilogy, nemesis turned kinda friends Kylo Ren and Rey share a smooch that received backlash. Some fans shipped the two, while others were totally opposed to it. Fair enough, considering that Ren's an evil tyrant who tormented Rey and murdered his own father. Daisy Ridley defended the kiss, saying it was more of a goodbye than romantic since, spoiler warning, Ren dies seconds after their lip lock.
I know it looks like I'm making excuses.
Whether or not you care for it, it's hard to deny that this kiss feels out of place. Number 21, Andy and Lindsay, Wet Hot American Summer.
Yeah, whatever. Guess I'm not all smart like you.
This movie didn't make much of a splash when it was released, but it's since developed a bit of a cult following. Surprisingly, it has one of the bleakest kisses in cinema. While they're supposed to be lifeguarding, camp counselor Andy has a tongue-twisting makeout session on the lake with fellow counselor Lindsay. Of course, the excessiveness is played for laughs. However, their over-the-top necking distracts them, and camper Bobby drowns on their watch.
Andy, help me! I can't swim!
Cut it out, Bobby, you're fine.
It's a somewhat jarring moment, especially in contrast to their full-throttle snogging, though it's treated as a joke. Number 20, Beverly and Howard, Howard the Duck.
Are you ready for an incredible story? Wasted man! Wasted!
Howard the Duck is a multiple Razzie-nominated box office disappointment about an anthropomorphic duck who travels to Earth from another planet. Upon his arrival, he meets Beverly and saves her from a couple bad guys. The two become close, and this leads to a flirtatious evening at Beverly's apartment, and eventually, a little peck on the beak.
Just one good night kiss, sweet ducky? Come on, Howard, I was just kidding. Night.
The kiss itself is pretty simple and sweet, but let's not forget that Howard is a duck. The moment itself isn't helped by the bad acting and cheesy dialogue either.
My God. This relationship, it defies all the laws of nature.
No, it doesn't. This is not what you think. We're just very good friends.
Number 19, Pat and Tiffany, Silver Linings Playbook.
Dad, did the Eagles win? The Eagles won 44-6. They won 44-6.
We'll take a 10-minute break. Why are they so excited about a 5?
Silver Linings Playbook is considered one of the best films of 2012. It was a critical and commercial hit and well deserving of the praise. As you may remember, the romantic dramedy culminates with, as most romance films do, a kiss. It starts when Bradley Cooper's character chases down Jennifer Lawrence to profess his feelings.
I was trying to be romantic.
You love me?
Yeah, I do.
From an audience's point of view, it's a pretty good kiss. The actors seem engaged and the chemistry is there, but so was apparently a whole lot of saliva. Cooper admitted to Graham Norton that after the second take of the kiss scene, J-Law told him, "You're a wet kisser," and it was not a compliment.
I hope to God she didn't tell Nikki that.
Why?
Because it's just not right.
Number 18, Daniel and Allie, The Karate Kid.
Hey, can't you take a hint?
In The Karate Kid, Mr. Miyagi taught Daniel martial arts as well as many important things about life. However, he probably should have taken a moment between the waxing on and waxing off to teach him how to kiss well. Or maybe Daniel hadn't eaten in a while and was just really hungry when he went in for the smooch with Allie.
Well, I'll probably get killed in the first match anyway.
So we'll leave early.
The start of the kiss on the lips is nice, but then actor Ralph Macchio continues and practically inhales Elizabeth's shoe, who looks to be just hanging on for dear life, trying not to get sucked into the void of Macchio's open mouth.
Why don't you just admit that you can't handle the situation the way it is then?
You know, I can handle it fine. You can't.
Number 17, Lori and Joe, Little Women. Look, we all know that passionate kissing often involves the passing of saliva between the mouths of the parties involved. But just because we know it doesn't mean we want to see it.
My apologies!
Which brings us to the mouth-on-mouth action between Christian Bale's Lori and Winona Ryder's Joe in the 1994 version of Little Women. The scene in question involves Lori confessing his love for Joe and taking her in his arms for the kiss he's been dreaming of.
Oh, no. Teddy, don't.
Joe, caught off guard, initially reciprocates, but then ends the kiss and pushes him away. However, for a second, the two friends remain connected via a string of spit from their lips. Couldn't they have just done or used another take?
I'm desperately sorry. But I do care for you.
Number 16, Edward and Vivian, Pretty Woman. In Pretty Woman, Vivian says she does everything except kiss on the mouth.
What do you want?
What do you do?
Everything. But I don't kiss on the mouth.
Neither do I.
That is, until she falls in love with Edward. She kisses him while he's sleeping, and when he wakes up, he returns her affection in kind. However, from our end, the kiss doesn't look like something worth breaking rules for. Richard Gere intensely holds Julia Roberts' head and kisses her, but then spends what feels like an inordinate amount of time with his mouth open and not kissing her, as if searching for her lips.
No, I want to find Beverly Hills. Can you give me directions?
Sure. For $5.
Ridiculous.
Price just went up to 10.
You can't charge me for directions.
I can do anything I want to, baby. I ain't lost.
Then there's the big final scene kiss at the end of the movie in which they awkwardly smoosh their faces together. Maybe Vivian doesn't kiss on the mouth because she just isn't very good at it?
It's like what you're saying. You stay numb. You don't get involved. When I'm with a guy, I'm like a robot. I just do it.
Number 15, The Kid in Apollonia, Purple Rain.
Sounds like she's laughing, doesn't it?
So what did you do to her?
Prince was without a doubt one of the greatest musicians of the 20th century, but he was not really one of the greatest on-screen smoochers. While Purple Rain has been hailed a classic rock musical, Prince's love scene in the film has not been praised in the same way.
If you think you scared me, you didn't.
Oh, yeah?
The scene in question gets going with Prince doing some weird hand movements in front of his love interest's face, as if trying to hypnotize her. He then seems to be hypnotizing the audience when he takes an awkwardly long amount of time to finally kiss her. When he eventually does, the overdramatic lip-locking head movements are a bit much, and they get even more dramatic when things move to the bedroom.
Can't you guys get off it? I mean, like, can't you just leave it alone?
Number 14, Spencer and Martha, Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle. In Jumanji, Welcome to the Jungle, 4 high school students get sucked into a video game and turn into their avatars. But while Spencer looks like The Rock and Martha looks like the kick-ass Karen Gillan, they're still the same awkward, shy teenagers inside.
God, no, that is not my type. I'm into nerds.
Really? I'm a nerd.
The same teenagers have never kissed anyone before, until they admit their feelings for each other and kiss in the game. Although, can you really call what they do kissing?
That was, I was so awful.
I've never kissed anyone. Never. That was the first time.
And while it goes better for them on their second attempt back in the real world, it's still a little more face smashing than good kissing. We're sure they'll get better though.
Oh, come on, hey! I don't want to see that. I don't, not today.
Number 13, Superman and Lois, Man of Steel.
Thank you
For what?
for believing in me.
Didn't make much difference in the end.
He may be faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, and able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. But when it comes to PDA, Superman doesn't always have the best instincts. In the climactic scene of 2013's Man of Steel, Metropolis is blasted to ruins, but Superman is able to save Lois Lane from a similar fate. Now, we get the emotions of the moment and all that, but making out while the city collapses behind you, it's just not a very good look.
I'm pretty sure that only counts when you're kissing a human.
Even Edward Norton and Helena Bonham Carter just held hands as the city exploded around them in Fight Club.
You met me at a very strange time in my life.
Number 12, William and Penny, Almost Famous. There's no denying that we were all rooting for William and Penny to get together in Almost Famous. The way it happened though, well, that leaves a retrospectively bad taste in our mouths.
Oh, God, why am I so nervous? You'll never remember this.
Finding her in her hotel room drunk and on drugs, William does the right thing and calls for help. However, in the time it takes for the help to arrive, William finds Penny draped all over him, and he decides that's the perfect time to tell her how he feels.
Now that I have your attention, I know you've heard this before, and I've never said this to anybody. Well, nobody who didn't legally have to say it back to me.
The problem is that he also uses her state as an opportunity to kiss her as well. The lack of consent is hard to ignore these days.
This is Penny Lane, man. Show some respect.
Number 11, Marty and Lorraine, Back to the Future. The mid-'80s were a tough time for actress Leah Thompson as far as on-screen kissing goes.
You know what I do in those situations?
What?
I don't worry.
We already discussed her 1986 smooch with Howard the Alien Duck. And the year before that, her character made out with her son when she played Lorraine McFly in Back to the Future.
This is more serious than I thought. Apparently your mother is amorously infatuated with you instead of your father.
Whoa, wait a minute. Doc, are you trying to tell me that my mother has got the hots for me?
Precisely.
Whoa, this is heavy.
Well, at least she didn't know he was her son, but Marty knew. And while all the flirting she did was awkward enough, the kiss took it to a whole other level. Thankfully, immediately after it happened, she too felt how wrong it was.
I don't know what it is, but when I kiss you, it's like I'm kissing my brother. I guess it doesn't make any sense, does it?
Number 10, Frank and Min, The Wings of Eagles.
Hi.
Hi. John Wayne was famous for playing the tough guy, the man's man. And although he could break out the romance when need be, in this kiss from The Wings of Eagles, it looks like he forgot to put away the tough guy.
Go ahead, get it over with. Ask me where I have been.
Maybe Maureen O'Hara's red hair confused him and he took her for Raggedy Ann. Because that's the only thing we can think of to explain why he shakes her around so violently before kissing her.
Let's change it. Let's grow up before our kids do.
We'd better hurry up.
We're surprised she wasn't wearing a neck brace for the rest of the film. Number 9, Ginny and Harry's first kiss, Harry Potter and the Half-Blood Prince. In the novels, the Harry and Ginny love story is one of the epic romances of the Harry Potter series.
See? You never know what you'll find up here.
Everyone who's read the books can probably remember reading about their first kiss and feeling excited that the long-awaited moment had finally arrived, assuming no one had previously spoiled it for them.
Harry and Ginny get together!
Sorry, spoiler alert.
But in the movies, the scene just doesn't have the same resonance. And one reason for that could be the lack of enthusiasm and the blandness of the kiss that ended up on the screen. Harry even seems a little embarrassed afterwards, and we're embarrassed for him. Number 8, Bella and Jacob, The Twilight Saga, Eclipse.
I'm really sorry about last night. It couldn't have been easy on you.
Definitely won't make my list of top 10 favorite evenings.
Unlike most of the other kisses on this list, there's nothing bad about the actual kiss between Bella and Jacob in 2010's The Twilight Saga Eclipse. It's even pretty hot. No, what makes this kiss one of the worst isn't the actual smooch, but why it happens at all. You see, as you might remember, Bella had already agreed to marry Edward at this point. Team Jacob had lost the Bella battle.
You're marrying him?
Jake, You knew he was listening.
The only reason she asked Jacob to kiss her was in an attempt to try to keep him from going off and doing something rash.
Kiss me. I'm asking you to kiss me.
We know that, but did Jacob? It all feels very stringing along playing with emotions by Bella, and that's just not cool. Werewolves have feelings too, you know. Number 7, everyone, Crybaby. There are many wonderful things that start with the word French. French toast for breakfast, French fries are delicious, and many of you probably started your day with French press coffee. But perhaps the greatest French there is a French kiss.
I've never given a French kiss before.
Watch, it's easy.
Although unlike pizza, which even when it's bad it's good, a bad French kiss is just, well, bad. Which brings us to the montage from John Waters' 1990 teen musical rom-com, Crybaby. It begins with Johnny Depp giving Amy Locane her first French kiss, and proceeds to a number of wetter and more tongue-tangling smooches. And yes, we get that it's all meant to be exaggerated and over the top, but that doesn't make the kisses any less awkward to witness. Number 6, Pee-wee and Gina, Big Top Pee-wee.
That one looks like, an automobile, yeah?
Yeah, look, it's pulling right into a gas station.
With Crybaby, we were critical of the kissers doing too much, particularly with their tongues. Well, it can go the other way as well, as Paul Rubens proved with his wooden, unenthusiastic makeout session with Valeria Golino in 1988's Big Top Pee-wee. The build-up to the kiss is quite hot as the anticipation grows.
It looks like a man and a woman kissing.
But once their lips are locked, Golino looks to be giving it her all while Rubens barely moves. Looks like he's trying to decide what to have for lunch instead of kissing this beautiful woman. And what makes it even more painful to watch is the fact that the kiss goes on for 1.5 minutes. Number 5, Andy and Benjamin, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Are you trying to get yourself killed?
That's what it takes, yeah, now pull over the gas!
It might take 10 days to lose a guy, but we can tell you that you can lose a girl in just 1 day with a bad kiss. Kinda like the big smooch Matthew McConaughey plants on Kate Hudson at the end of How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days.
Hey lady, what do you want to do? Take the lady's luggage back to her place. She has alternate transportation.
Try not to get swept up in the moment and sweeping romantic music, and just watch the kiss. McConaughey grabs Hudson's face so hard with both hands, it looks like he's about to pull it right off her body in some kind of rom-com meets Mortal Kombat finishing move. And when that doesn't work, he opens his mouth so wide, it's almost as if to inhale her internal organs right up and out of her body.
Look who made the trip with me.
It's our love fern. Oh, Benny, boo, 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 boo.
Number 4, Claire and Owen, Jurassic World.
Is that Aunt Claire?
They say that timing is everything. Well, when it comes to the big Claire and Owen kiss in Jurassic World, the timing, as Chandler Bing might say, couldn't be more wrong.
Oh, shut up!
Claire has just saved Owen from having his face eaten off, but there are still dinos on the loose and people running around trying to stay alive. And given that they are at least partially responsible for what's going on, maybe they should focus on cleaning up the mess and not each other's tonsils. Save people now, kiss later. Number 3, Mark and Juliet, Love Actually. We get it. Mark finally built up the courage to reveal his feelings to Juliet, and he did it in a super romantic way with the cue cards. But does he deserve a run out to the street kiss on the lips for it? She loves her husband. She doesn't want to be with Mark. But the way she grabs his face to kiss him, then lingers afterwards, feels like, to quote Lloyd Christmas,
So you're telling me there's a chance?
Since we've already mentioned how Jamie's bad kissing technique ruined his lip lock with Aurelia, we'll focus instead in this entry on the fact that Juliet is also technically cheating on Peter, the man she just married. It's not a good look.
What is it?
It's carol singers.
Give him a quid and tell him to bugger off.
Number 2, Luke and Leia, Star Wars Episode 5, The Empire Strikes Back.
You must have hit pretty close to the mark to get her all riled up like that, huh, kid?
There's an expression in sports that a tie is like kissing your sister. And for those of you wondering, the expression dates back to at least 1892. So it was not in reference to the 1980 Luke and Leia Star Wars smooch.
Well, I guess you don't know everything about women yet.
A smooch that, we should point out, was between two people who had no idea they were at all related at the time. Or was it? Remember what Leia says after she finds out that they're siblings?
No. Somehow, I've always known.
We're hoping that by always, she means only after she planted a big kiss on Luke.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Amy and Bumper, Pitch Perfect 2.
We belong together.
A great movie kiss often comes with a great build-up that works up to that moment when eyes meet and lips lock. In Pitch Perfect 2, we definitely get that as Fat Amy sings and paddles her boat across the lake towards Bumper, the target of her affections.
We belong to the land, we belong to the thunder.
However, once the kiss finally happens, that's when the great buildup turns into the worst kiss.
Thunder.
Actually, what Bumper and Fat Amy do here is less kissing and more just mashing faces together. And then there's her tongue, which instead of finding its way into his mouth, appears to be trying to lick it clean. Sure, the scene is played for laughs, and they get those laughs as well as the top spot on our list. Which one of these kisses made you look away? Be sure to let us know in the comments. Mwah!